What's going on, pranksters? Well, I'm here in the restroom because in this video I'm gonna show you guys 5 pranks that you can pull off on people when they go into the restroom. Check it out. Alright, so let's begin with our first prank, and here we're gonna get rid of the toilet paper. So leave it like this so that your victim knows that there's no toilet paper. But there is backup over here because there's a pack of flushable wipes which they can actually use as an alternative for toilet paper. So let's say your victim comes in and sees no toilet paper on there, but sees the pack of wipes, and he's just, gonna go for the wipes. What we're gonna do is mess with this pack and make it seem like it's full, but in reality it's gonna be empty. So let's get started with that. Luckily I had an empty pack like this one, so you can see there's nothing in there. So this we're gonna hide, and we're gonna use this pack. I had an empty box like this, so I just cut off the flaps because this is all you're gonna need, just 2 flaps about this size, and then cut the other one, and now you have 2 flaps. Basically stick one on one end standing like this, so jam it all the way back in there, and then do the same to the other side. And that's it, pranksters. It looks like the pack is full. Just close the lid on top and put it back where it goes. As you can see, they look identical. They both look full, but obviously this is the one you're gonna leave there. And again, you're gonna remove the toilet paper, so there's no toilet paper and there's no wipes. That'll be funny, right? And the second prank, we're gonna use some tape to booby trap the shower head. So basically what you're gonna do is grab a couple pieces of tape and cover most of the shower head. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. So here's a piece of tape. You're gonna leave the side where you want the water to come out uncovered. So if you want the water to come out through the side, you're gonna cover the other side like this. And then put another piece of tape just so that you leave a couple little holes uncovered so the water shoots out like that. These next 3 pranks are toilet pranks, so anybody can do these as long as you have a toilet in your restroom, which I know most of you do. So let's get to it. All you're gonna need for this next prank is some chocolate fudge. So open it up, and now you won't need a lot, just a little bit like this. And basically it's like those Nutella pranks. You're gonna lift up the lid and then smear some on the bottom. Try to cover mainly the front because that's where people usually pick it up from. So that's perfect. And then what you do is you're gonna place the lid back down. And of course, some of the fudge is still visible on there. And what you're gonna do is just wipe it off. So this is what will happen when your victim lifts up the lid. Oh. See, it's gross. It looks nasty actually. Look at that. Obviously it's fudge, but they'll think it's something else and it'll gross them out. Good thing they're in the restroom, so if they need to throw up, it'll be perfect for them. Now, if you ever wanted to use a fart bag in a prank, this is perfect. In order to pull off this next prank, you're gonna have to do certain things to this fart bag. So first, take a pair of scissors and start trimming off the edges. Just make sure not to open the bag. Try to cut them thin like this. Just trim off the edges carefully. The reason for this is that we want the fart bags to pop quickly. So just trim off these edges like this. Now with the edges cut off, simply fold the bag like this, and then grab some tape and wrap it around it. So this will do. Now that we got the fart bag to be smaller, we can easily tuck it underneath the toilet seat, and that's what we're gonna do in this prank. Take the fart bag and put it underneath the toilet seat like this. Now obviously it's not visible, and your victim won't be able to see it. Now these bags pop with pressure, so the next person that sits on there is gonna be in for a big, huge, stinky surprise. And next up, I'm gonna give you a little demo of how this prank will go down. So now that you have the fart bag underneath the toilet seat, let me give you a little demo. The fart bag is directly underneath my finger. Now, let's say your victim weighs about 200 pounds. That person would easily pop the bag. Even a kid that weighs like 50 or 60 pounds could easily pop this bag. You know, it just basically needs a little bit of pressure. Oh, that's gross. Oh, I gotta flush this. So yeah, pranksters, that's gonna stink up the restroom. The smell is just unbearable, really. For this last prank, we're gonna make a little mess. Next time your victim lifts up the lid, you're gonna need a string. What you're gonna do is you're gonna tape one end to the lid and then the other end, but give it some space though, about 6 inches or so. You're gonna tape onto the toilet seat, obviously underneath, so that when the toilet seat comes down, it brings down the lid as well. What I have here is a Ziploc bag. So lay it down on the toilet lid like this, and then you take a piece of tape with the bag open and just attach the bag onto the toilet lid like this. You can use a couple pieces of tape to keep it there. Actually, you might need another strip of tape to go horizontally on here. That's perfect. So now the bag will stay put. We're pretty much done setting up this prank. All we gotta do is fill up the bag with some liquid. So there's the bag, and then just begin to fill it up with any liquid of your choice. I can only imagine what you guys would put. I know some of you would actually put some real urine in the bag. Begin to fill up the bag. Obviously you can fill the whole thing up, but if you do, it's gonna be heavier and you're gonna need more tape. So for me, this is perfect. And now you just lean the lid like this. That's perfect. You know, looking at this prank, something is odd, and what I see is that this would actually give away the prank. So, you know what? You might want to remove this from underneath the toilet seat and actually place it on top like this so that it's not visible at all. And then just put it back. And now we have ourselves a real prank. As you can see, there's nothing fishy about this toilet. Just wait until they put the seat down. And for that, I'm gonna give you guys a little demo. And now let's see what happens when the lid comes down. Oh, now who would want to clean up that mess? Now just imagine if there was a little rug underneath. It would be pretty messed up, wouldn't it? So yeah, the next person that wants to sit on this toilet is gonna have to clean this up. Of course, the more liquid you add inside the bag, the messier this prank will be. So yeah, go ahead and add as much as you want. And there you have it, pranksters. 5 pranks you can set up in the restroom. Now, if you enjoy these pranks, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to see more pranks like these, go to my channel, youtube.com/Nextraker. Thanks for watching. Okay, pranksters, as you can see, I got a bunch of ice cream on the counter, and I'm gonna be using all this stuff to pull off a few pranks. So fill up the cup up to the level where it needs to be. So now that I got the ice cream all out of the container, it should be like this. And you're gonna add the pieces of garlic into the toppings. Once the egg is cracked, obviously you're gonna dump it in there. I put a little bit of air in it so it can actually fit on the cone.